Welcome back to another episode of
Another in the Fire.
Thank you guys for joining us for another week, another episode, another week here in our fall vibes, and just turning on the TV, or not only turning on the TV and watching us, but actually listening to us on Spotify. I mean, you guys know where you guys can hear us out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So before we get started with today's episode, let's go over our week. How's y'all's week's been, ladies?
It's been good. We had the camping trip,
Yes.
which was relaxing. Usually we're busy during the whole trip, but it's like really...
Sorry.
like that's bothering
I'm
me.
like, keep talking.
I kept on seeing her eyes.
I was like, I'm gonna fix it.
I kept on seeing her looking at me, and I'm all like, what do I have?
Well, I didn't want to fix it like in the middle of your intro. If you're listening and not watching, this is one of our blooper moments. So Claudia's wearing this super cute headband, and I fixed her hair. So
It's sticking out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually we're busy, and this time we got to like relax and chill, and it was fun. So I was excited.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I had a get together, and God really spoke to all of us in doing a project that we did together. And I'm still like trying to download it because He was giving it to me. I was giving it to them. And it was literally like,
Yeah, like somebody record this because this is good.
it's so good. And like He's still talking to them about it. And so, yeah, it was really fun.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
They really are.
I had a good camping, good weekend. Yeah.
Nice. My week has been interesting. My husband got ordained as a pastor, so I'm really super proud of him. We're excited for how God's going to use him, and a little bit scared, if I can be quite honest, because, you know, a lot of things come with that, and we're prepared for it. We're ready. We trust that God's going to lead us and not fail us, and we believe and we have faith in all these things, but it's still like, oh God, protect us. And like, you know, we know what comes with it, and it's part of it, and we're ready for it, but it's still a little scary.
So does this mean you're not going to twerk at the airport anymore?
Oh, I'm definitely twerking on the TikTok.
Not the twerking pastor's wife.
Yes, we're still making all the fun TikToks. Don't worry. I'm still me. He's still him.
Amen.
But yeah, I'm excited for him and everything that this is going to take him to.
You keep saying him. You need to start saying us.
Us, yeah.
You're struggle
one.
with that. I know we're one.
And you're his support system.
Yes. But I also feel like the calling is on his life. And I know that's not true. It's ours.
No. Yeah.
But maybe that's another episode, is not trying to take from him and allowing myself to find my place in that. Because for a long time we knew that this was a calling. You know, God's been dealing with him for a while on this. And I'm like, you got that, babe. But now that it's here,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's me too.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And I've talked, like I have a group in my neighborhood. Shout out to Dwell.
Yeah.
We
need to go visit that group.
Yes.
I know.
I love them. I love y'all girls. They watch, they're listeners, they're faithful. But I opened up to them, like, you know, I know that this is a calling over his life, but where does that leave me? You know, we are one. I do this walk with him. It is a covering over both of us, but at the same time, finding your place, being a pastor's wife, like, you know, what does that mean for me? And finding it. But, yeah, so that's been my week. Pretty deep.
Yeah.
How's my week been?
Well, now that you fixed her hair, can you fix that little thing sticking out of
Oh,
her shirt?
What am I doing? Like,
So
we're
you
just
keep
coming
going,
back.
friend.
We're just coming back. I'm a
Joe can't
mess.
see her. She had something sticking out of her.
I'm a mess. I should have a mirror somewhere so I can be able to look at myself. My week has been good. I mean, busy, as always, but now my busyness looks a little different. So today was Jennifer's last volleyball game, and then we're going straight into basketball season. And then our other daughter is an ROTC, so she has practice all week. She's part of the drill team, so it's been a little hectic, but I'm glad that they're doing everything.
It's a good kind of busy.
Yeah, everything that that they're doing to keep them busy, to keep them out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they can figure out what they want to do,
Yeah.
who they want to be.
Yeah.
Or who they are, not who they want to be.
What
but
they
who
like, what
are.
they don't like.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah.
is the time, especially my middle schooler. I feel like try every sport, because once you get into high school, you're going to just focus on
One or two.
Yeah, not all of them, because she's done cross country, she's in cheer, she's doing volleyball, she's doing basketball,
Yeah.
and she just wants to continue. And she's a middle schooler, so I'm gonna like go for it, you know?
Yeah.
That was our kids too. Do everything, because come high school, you're only allowed one.
Yeah.
Maybe two, if they don't overlap.
Yeah. Because there's so much that goes into
Yeah,
it.
you have to be committed.
Yeah.
And the coaches expect you to be committed.
Yeah. See, and I feel some type of way with the cheer, because also, like, you know, the fundraisers and serve at concession stands and the booster club, and I'm all like, y'all do too much.
I'll volunteer with you. I love that. I'm like, yes. Sign
Let
me
her
up.
do it.
So it's a lot of that. So which is good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good, busy, but I'm thankful that I'm able to do this with my kids. So
Yeah.
and just be in this new season.
Amen.
So talking about the kids keep exploring everything they want to
Yeah.
explore, and I wanted to the conversation that we're gonna have today's episode is what does inner child even mean? So we're gonna talk about healing our inner child. What does that look like? You know, because we all have that time in our lives that we didn't have enough, or we went through something, or, you know, and we never healed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, so what does that look like?
Okay.
You know, and what is something that you feel like a full circle moment? You're like, man, I remember whenever this happened, or whenever I really
go
wanted
through
this,
this,
you know, or that you're trying to put it on your kids because you couldn't do it. I mean, it can look all different kind of ways, you know. So today we're gonna talk about that, like healing our inner child. So
Okay.
Taking it way back.
okay,
Yeah.
so take it back to that little girl us. That's something
What was
that
little Vanjie doing?
you know, what is something that you kind of like, you know, you cry. It can be like happy crying, you know, like happy time, or something that you really like, man, that really hurt me, and you're still kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
we're gonna get vulnerable, you guys. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take us back, but the only way to get through it is going through it. Did I say that right? The only way.
To get through it is to go through
Okay,
it.
see
Yes.
it.
You
I was
said
like,
right.
through it. Does that go together?
Just get to going.
Yeah.
So what comes to your
we're
mind?
gonna go in phases, like elementary, middle school, because I got a lot going on.
Okay, let's talk about, like, whenever we hear inner child,
Healing your inner child.
what comes to the first
your
thing
mind?
that comes to your mind?
The very first thing comes to mind is probably elementary, like early preschool, 5, 6, 7 years. Yeah. For me.
Yeah, I think elementary. When I hear like my inner child, I think elementary age.
Yeah, I think late elementary,
Because
like
I feel
probably
like that's
like
when you
4th,
start
5th graders.
realizing dynamics, who you are, what your family's like, what's going on, what's different about me versus the kids at school. Like, I feel like that's when it all kind of starts.
Earlier memories. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me also it comes back to, like, I think about 4. I think, you know, because there's some memories that come to your mind and you're like, how old was I at that time? So whenever we talk about inner child, I'm all like, when can I last remember, like, something happened to me, or like something,
Yeah.
you know, it's about 4th or 5th grade. So I don't know what age that is.
I think that's about
Middle
10?
10, 11.
10, 11.
Yeah, because Abby's 11. She's in 6th grade. So, yeah, 9, 10. Yeah.
You
When
know.
I think about childhood, it always takes me back to like houses because we moved a lot and nobody was in the army. We just moved a lot. Use your imagination. But I always think of a household, like,
Yeah.
and I
Like where you
associate
were.
it, yeah,
Like,
with where we lived. Yeah, which is so weird. That's how I remember things because I don't remember how old I was exactly, but I remember houses
yeah.
and things that happened.
When I think of my inner child, I immediately go to like family, like cousins, aunts, uncles, because my mom is one of 7 sisters, and all of us grew up like similar ages, like all of them. All of them had kids. We were all
Yeah.
similar ages, so every weekend we would just be at somebody's house and all be together. So when I think of my inner child, I immediately go back to like swing sets, running outside, playing, like going to the
Yeah.
river. Like we grew up in San Marcos, so it was always all of us or none of us. Like,
Yeah.
and so that's what I think of. Like,
You know, right now that we're touching this topic, I remember when we first came in here, when it, like my inner, like the childhood in me and like healing from something, or I don't know what it is, but whenever you guys were talking, it came into my mind about me. I remember when we first all came here, like my parents are immigrants. So they came from Mexico over here. So we all stayed with an aunt. So it was like 4 families in a 2-bedroom apartment. And we made like the closet a bedroom. We all made it
Wow.
work, you know? So I remember it was my cousins were
together.
there, my
Yeah.
aunts and uncles were there. And it was, I mean, it was good when we were
Fun
kids.
when you're
yeah,
kids.
you
Yeah.
know?
Like, yeah, sleepover.
But then
every night.
I also remember the time when we were like all separating. Everybody was kind of leaving. For us, it was sad, but it was like an accomplishment for
Yeah.
our parents
Yeah.
because they got on their feet already.
Like,
and
why do we
they're
have to get
move
our own
on.
house?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what's
Yeah.
going on? You know, like so.
Yeah.
I think not only is that comes to mind, but it also brings me like some kind of healing, knowing that what my parents did, you know, like what they did with their sacrifices to come here. And I'm all like, man, parents, y'all did good. Like, I'm thankful for them because of what they did. We're able to live the life that we
Yeah.
live now,
To
you
try to
know.
give you a better life.
So it kind of brings like mixed emotion, I would say, because first I'm all like, oh, your kids, you just don't know. It's just all about family, but we don't realize it until we're an adult and you're like, man, they came from like a different country, a different language, a
hardship.
different, you know, like, and now because of that, these are all my aunts and uncles that did that. And they all came together, and that kind of
That's awesome.
Yeah.
comes to mind to just kind of be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, so I don't know. So let's talk about different ways unhealed parts of us showed up, like people pleasing, fear to failure or rejection, needing control, struggling to set boundaries. Does that come to mind for anything with your childhood or like healing that inner child?
Yeah.
I think for me, like hearing those things, the things that I know I struggle with, and taking it back, like when you put the pieces together, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see why I have that now. Like not really putting them together until hearing you say those things. I'm like, okay, I have that. Why? And then reflecting back, like that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I struggle with needing to control because I grew up in a very
Yeah.
dysfunctional household. So nothing was in my control. So as an adult, even as a teenager, trying to control everything,
Yeah.
my body, my choices. Before that was a thing, guys.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you're thinking, okay, now I'm older, I can set the boundaries, which doesn't always happen like that anyway, but it started that way when I was a teenager, thinking I need to be in control of everything. So, of course, as an adult, it got worse.
Yeah.
But as a teenager, you're still not in control of anything. You're still living in somebody else's household.
Yeah.
You still have to listen to what they say, or you're still a product of that environment. You have
Yeah.
no control, even though you try to. But that's where mental health issues started for me because I needed to control it so I could control what I did to myself, which, yeah, was depression, anxiety.
You know what? I'm looking at this list about like people pleasing, failure, fear, failure, or rejection, needing to control, struggling to set boundaries. I think I did I think I went through a season in my life that everything was when I was trying to figure out who I was or figure out where I belonged. Like, I feel like I went through all of this. And this is as growing up because, as many of you guys know, I was a teen parent. So I would have to like grow up fast and I had to figure out who I was. I wanted to take control, but I was pleasing people just because of stability. Or just because
trying to find stability.
Yeah, trying to find stability. I was just like, and it affected me. Like, where is my voice at? And I'm trying to go back and see like, when did I stop people pleasing? Because I know I people pleased very long time. But it went back to whenever I was able to heal or overcome that, and
Because now that you said that, I'm not a people pleaser and I never remember being a people pleaser. But now that you said that, I think back because Benny and I have been together such a young age. I did try to please him to keep him in my life.
Yeah.
Because there was a time where we broke up and I remember begging him, just don't leave me. I love you. I'll do anything. And it was a short, very short span of my life. Maybe about a year, but I think that was the only time I was people pleasing.
You went through that season.
Due to damage from childhood.
Yeah.
But fear of failure or rejection, yes, absolutely. Like, I think that's always a fear of people until they really get healed and then they really feel like, or they get enough confidence to know it doesn't matter. It's okay. I can deal with rejection. But yeah, you're right. I've kind of been through all of those also. I just I don't struggle with them now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I struggle with them, but there are times in my life where it comes back and I have to acknowledge it. Like,
and realize it,
fear of failure or rejection is one of my biggest ones. I know I deal a lot with people pleasing, like we've talked about. Like, I don't really care to please people, but I want you to be happy. Like, whether that comes from me or whatever else.
Yeah.
But I know fear of rejection because when I think of my childhood, my dad catered to me so much. Like, he took me everywhere. He recognized every award. I kid you not, if you go to my dad's house, he has every award I've ever won. Every certificate, so that just...
She's not the favorite.
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
It's not my fault.
But when I don't get that, it's like I did it wrong because that's how I was brought up from him. My mom, I mean, you're good, girl. Great job. Like, but my dad, like, really catered to that. And so as an adult, even me and my husband, like, I'm like, I washed the dishes, I fed the dogs, I cleaned, I vacuumed, and he's like, okay. But it's that affirmation that
words
I
of
need.
affirmation?
Yeah, I need affirmation because I don't want you. It's like a fear, fear of failing you as a wife, as a mom, as a friend. And I think a lot of people don't understand that about me in friendship. Like, we talk about, like, we all go through seasons of friendships, but when you don't hear from me or you don't talk to me, it's kind of my protection of that fear of failing you. Like, I'm not going to fail you, so I'm just going to step away. Like, I still deal with failing people, failing myself. Like, yeah.
You're not disappointing to me.
I thank you.
Yeah, I think because of what it was before, like setting because of what I went through in my childhood is because it was so hard for me to set boundaries. Because I know that's something that right now I think I'm good with my boundaries. I don't think that it's anything to anything that I'm struggling now, but I think that's my most recent one was because of my childhood also. I think everything on this list, honestly, is something that
we can relate to something in
Right.
some way.
At some point.
and
'cause
it came
we're
from,
older now.
like, I think in every stage, I was just
Yeah.
like, all of this. Whenever.
Is it still a struggle, though? Any one of those on that list? I can't say that I struggle with any of those. I'm still learning the needing to control things. If somebody brings it to my attention, and I'm like, but that's not really what I thought. Because it's such a pattern of mine. They have to bring it to my attention in order for me to, like, realize, okay,
Recognize
that's what
it,
I'm still doing. I need to break that.
Yeah.
It's really my kids. But as soon as they say something, I'm like, okay, I don't agree with you, but okay.
Okay.
But I'm gonna think about this.
Yeah,
And then I realized, yeah, they're right.
I agree. I think the controlling part is very much me, but I think it's a defense mechanism that I brought,
It is.
like,
Yeah, from
so that's.
I love
From
these
growth.
conversations though, because sometimes we're complete opposites. Like, y'all know me, y'all know my life, my family, and I'm just like, go do you, boo. You do you, girl. Like, I don't know. I don't struggle with needing to control things. My husband may say otherwise, though. He may feel like I have to be in control of everything.
You know, today, this is a good example. Today, I caught myself because we're having issues with our toilet and it was leaking. So my husband called
Your husband.
Claudia's husband. I was like, who's your husband?
Words, names.
Memory association.
I'm all like, put in the plug. E&G
E&G Water Services. And so I came downstairs and Abigail was cleaning off the table. And I was like, what's going on? And she said, Dad just told me that Deacon Eddie's coming. And I was like, for what? And she said, to fix the toilet. And I'm like, I'm still in my pajamas. Like, I started freaking out. And I was like, because Benny wasn't there. And I was like, so where's your dad? Like, I was freaking out. And she said, he just went to the store. And I was like, oh, he better be here. And I was like, just doing my freak out. And I had to stop and I was like, why am I freaking out? It's Deacon Eddie.
Well, like, you see
We
him
know
every
him.
I see
time.
him all the time. I know him, but
He's seen you without makeup on.
I mean, literally, like, I don't care. But I freak out if anyone's going to come, like maintenance guys or whoever. I always tell Benny, if they're not working outside, they're not coming inside unless you're home.
Yeah.
And so I do with even people we know.
Yeah.
It's part of trauma. And I still
Yeah.
do it. So today I realized that and I was like, let me calm down. It's just Deacon Eddie.
Yeah.
Let me calm down. You're safe. You're safe.
Yeah.
But I was freaking out because
Oh
I
my
didn't think
goodness,
Benny was going to be
That
there.
just triggered something. When you
Yeah.
said that, I was just like, yes, I feel the same way
Yeah.
because of my childhood trauma.
I
like,
kept
I'm all like,
thinking-
babe, please be here. Like,
Yeah.
it's another man. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I
it's
cannot
not.
be, and it's not that I struggle with it. It just makes me cautious. Like, I need to
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah.
I need to protect my integrity. I need to protect their integrity too. So I was
Yeah.
just like, no, he can't come in.
Yeah.
I
I
get
purposely
that.
leave the dogs out until they knock on the door, the dogs start barking and going crazy, and I'll tell them, give me a minute, I'm going to put the dogs up. Because I want them to know that there's dogs.
There's dogs. I do the same thing. Or I'm like, okay, my daughter's at the table. Like, sometimes I pretend that I'm on the phone. And I'm like, hey, honey, they're here.
Yeah.
And then your phone rings.
No, I put it on silent. I've learned. But so much has happened that I'm still very cautious.
Now
with
that you
people
say
coming
that,
into
it
my
is.
house.
I didn't even think about that.
And those are still
thing.
like not healing inner child, but healing inner trauma. Like it's
Yeah.
still, yeah.
I think right now, whenever about being in control, I think sometimes the Lord puts you in situations that you can't control.
Yep.
You know, that it's
That's how you
kinda-
know you have control issues.
Yes. So I'm very much learning.
He's like, let me
that,
learn you something right quick.
You know, and then just being more humble towards my husband. So, and I literally went through, like, in this season that I'm in, I'm just like, I don't know what to do myself because I've always been in control and I'm trying to control the situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and literally,
But there's really no situation to control.
yeah,
But your own self.
but what I can control, which is myself, you know, like, and it's just, it comes back like from childhood that I'm just like always trying to fix everything. And but the Lord will humble you. The Lord will bring correction. And whenever you don't, not only not correction, but put you in situations where you feel like that you need to work on. I feel like, because he's really working in me in this season that I'm in right now. Trying to.
He's bringing out the best in you.
Yeah.
You know, talking about that, like, not really like inner child trauma, but when we talk about things that we went through as younger, I remember when my parents bought their first house, like the house they still live in. When we first bought it, my mom sold all her furniture, got rid of everything. We moved into our new house with nothing. We slept on the floors. We had shared blankets. Like, we had nothing. And my parents filled the house room by room. So when me and John, when we bought our house, I wanted every room filled right away. I didn't want the girls sleeping on the floor. I didn't want to sleep on the floor. I put up all the When we moved in, he actually, I think we were at an encounter or something. He had everybody come and help and set everything up. So when I came home, my house was set.
I remember.
Wow.
And that's like an inner child, like, not a
that's
trauma,
right.
but
Nicholas talked about that.
he went and
he
helped.
was like, "Can I walk on their carpet with my shoes?"
And everybody went and set everything up. But again, it goes back to when I was younger, and it wasn't anything bad. I think what my parents did was very encouraging. But it is something that we went through.
Yeah, it was like a memory that popped up. Yeah.
How do you think that affects us right now as we're raising our kids? You know, like, are we bringing? Is it affecting the way we raise them, or like?
Absolutely. My children were all screwed up. Talk about, they need all kinds of God.
But then you have
everything.
Abby and Nico that like
and
now
they're still having to deal with like after trauma effects and learning new patterns, learning who I am. So they still kind of grew up in that, but they just didn't get like the bad version of me like the other two kids. They got like the residue. You know, when you clean something like a sticker and there's still like the sticky on it and you still got to scrape that off. That's what they got. The part that I had to scrape off still and clean up. So they don't really know a lot, but when I do have freak out moments like today, Abigail will look at me and laugh like, "Mom, what's wrong with you?" Yeah, because they don't know everything that comes with the backstories like the other two kids know. Like, they haven't heard full-on testimonies of stuff. So she'll laugh. Nicholas will be like, "You're weird. Stop doing that." Or I'll make Nicholas do certain things where he doesn't really like do man things because we let him just be a kid, and he's 14 now. He should be doing man things. But I want him to be a kid. Like, we didn't have a childhood, so I want him to have a childhood. Like, make your own decisions. What do you want to do? What do you like to do? So when I do make him do things that are the trash, remember we had an episode, female versus male type of things. When I have those moments, it's your job. You're the guy. He'll look at me like, "Abby's right there." You know, so it does affect how I parent them, and I still got to catch myself like, "You're right. This isn't a boy thing or a girl thing. This is a who's available thing." But I don't let it affect them to the point where like it's traumatizing for them. Thankfully, I catch it before it traumatizes them. Even though I still don't know what the heck traumatizes them. Like, anything I do could do that.
We're not going to know until they're grown and we hear about it on their podcast.
I'm just hoping it doesn't last as long as the other two, right? Like, they have a shorter healing time.
I think about that, like, with Natalie, you know, like, poor kid. Like, I'm all like, "Natalie, I got your therapy, girl." Like, I'm gonna go talk for that.
And you know, when I was growing up, they didn't talk about mental health issues. They didn't talk about mental illness.
Like,
we didn't talk about it. It's a stigmatism. If you said it, like, people in my family, that's not even a thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Get over
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, get over it.
I
Yeah.
never heard about the word
Never.
as growing up. Never.
So raising my kids with depression and anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks, to them, and that's what they label me, like, she's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you just never know what you're gonna get.
You just have all this
She's
stuff.
just moody. So of course I traumatized them kids. I couldn't
Yeah.
even label what I was going through.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think it does affect me. It does affect the way I raise my kids now because of what I went through. I'm all like, no, how many, like, is there boys there? Are they drinking? You know, like
Yeah.
it brings back my childhood, you know, like, and like my traumas, you know, that I feel like I've already overcame. But because I know it can happen around the setting, and then my kids are like, Mom, it's fine. Like, but no, it's not fine. You
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So I'm very much like observant,
Yeah.
you know,
And then we
stuff
try-
like that.
Try hard not to be so like overbearing with them, because then they're gonna start feeling that and start
Yeah.
being
Put that fear in
yeah,
them.
fearful of doing things also. It's like a whole balancing act sometimes if you don't heal.
You know, honestly, I'll pay for all of the therapy. Like, girl, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm raising 4 girls and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but that is true. Like what y'all are saying. I mean, we talk to women all the time, different groups in ministry, outside of ministry, but you know, it does come up where if we're not careful, we'll take our trauma and impress it on our kids and instill a fear in them that they didn't even go
Yeah.
through. It's just the unhealed versions of us.
And they're carrying our stuff. Our
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll pull that. We'll put that on them, and we don't even realize that we're doing it, or we do realize we're doing it, and we think we're protecting them, but truthfully, we're traumatizing them, like for something they didn't go through.
Yeah.
And I feel like that stuff like that to me is, I can put it on you and shelter you and do all this stuff, but all that's doing is whoever did it to me still has that power over me and my children.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like-
Yes.
The generational curses
Yeah.
thing,
Yes.
like we're passing on generational trauma.
Yes,
Yes.
we
You
are.
know,
Like,
because
and they don't, like you said, they don't even understand it, but they know, I can't wear this, I can't do this, I can't, like,
Yeah, they're so strict. They don't understand why,
how-
what made us so
Yeah.
strict, what made us so cautious, why we're afraid, why we want to protect them, why we want to make sure that they don't have to go through what we went through.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's
I
for
think
sure.
that Brittany was in her 20s. Yeah, I think she was in her 20s. Maybe just more recent, like a couple of years ago, where she heard more of my childhood, and then she started understanding,
Yeah.
this is why you have issues with your mom. Or I don't have issues with my mom, but my mom and I have a relationship, and when we talk, it's good. We just don't talk all the time.
yeah,
So it's good, it's just not every day.
yeah,
And so she always wonders why, and I'm like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But she
was your
understands more and
protection,
more. That's just how things happen. You know, you're good, and maybe not talking every day keeps it good.
yeah,
So yeah, but she would just blame me, like, you have a horrible relationship with your mom, and then you wonder why we have a horrible relationship. So when she started hearing more and more testimony about stuff, and also seeing and experiencing things for herself,
Yeah.
then she understands, like, okay, now I get it. I
Yeah.
understand why you put
Why
the
things are the
boundaries the
way-
way
yeah.
that you do, or you set the tone for what you want to be around, who you want to listen to, like what you surround yourself with daily. Because
Yeah.
when you heal, you don't want to keep going back to that.
Yeah.
And same people, same situations. And I'm not saying that about my mom. I'm just saying it didn't really, like, we don't have that every day, because that
Yeah.
bond is,
It's just the example
It's
of your
not
mom is
every
what helped
day.
it click for you.
yeah. Yeah. So, and I try to tell her, but that's not us.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you on it every day. And if
Call
I get on
me
your
every day.
nerves, just let me know, Mom, I need one a week.
You go
be
down
open.
to every other day.
Yeah. And her job doesn't let us talk every day anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's good. It keeps us good that we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
talk every day.
Me and Natalie, she's a psychology major, so she tries to tell me no, like
analyzing
analyze me
Hey,
and like.
and she's new at this. She's not in her 4th year. She's in her first semester, second semester.
Second year actually.
Second year.
Yeah. So this
Okay,
is
her 3rd semester.
So now, okay, so in college, basics was her freshman year, very basics. Now she's stepping into psychology, victim studies, and like all this kind of stuff. And we talk every day, 4, 5, 6 times a day. We FaceTime talk, and she tells me about her classes and stuff like that. And she's like in that stage of trying to analyze. She's like, Mom, no wonder. And I'm all like, oh my goodness.
She's going to help you.
When I was in school, I didn't do that to other people. I did it to myself. It was really healing for me to go back to school.
But maybe it'll help her understand you.
Yeah,
she's trying to understand you.
Yeah, she's very much like understanding, and
she's all in class like she has
taking notes for her mom.
Yes, and she's very. I think she has that heart, and now she doesn't. If she had a hardened heart to me, I never knew about it, but she's understanding. She's like, no wonder X, Y, and Z, and I'm all like,
yeah. That's Brittany, yeah.
Yep. So, do you guys think your younger self will be proud of the person you guys came today and are today? Like after all of that we've been through, you know, like, what would you think your younger self will? Would your younger self be proud of the person you came to be? You know?
Yeah.
With all that
I would
trauma,
think that my younger self would be shocked at the person that I turned out to be.
Yeah. I know that we're like vague, and a lot of the subjects we talk about, we don't like go deep until we have like a specific subject we're talking about. But when we say trauma, there are things that, I mean, I don't know if we could say it on the podcast, but I think that yes, younger self would be super proud of being outspoken, healing, facing people who traumatized you. So yeah, my younger self would be like, great job.
Good job.
Yeah.
You did it.
Because I get to come out of the closet because of you.
Yeah.
And that's how that's how I counsel people. Like, she gets to come out of that fear. She gets to walk out of that moment where she was afraid.
She was silenced.
That moment, that moment she hid. That moment she, whatever it was. I think about still the 5-year-old.
Yeah, for me, I think my younger self would be proud because I don't want to say we grew up poor, but definitely poverty style. Like, I mean, we didn't have the name brand. We lived in a single wide trailer, and we all shared rooms, and my dad worked 2 jobs and my mom worked 2 jobs. Like, so when I think of that girl, that struggling, that sharing clothes, like, I always tell the girls, I'm like, back to school, getting Layla outfits and stuff, I'm like, I would have loved.
Yeah.
Me and my sisters literally had to be similar sizes because you buy an outfit, you buy an outfit, you buy an outfit. Y'all are going to swap tops, swap pants.
You wear that Monday, I wear it Wednesday. Yeah.
And that's how we were. So when I think of that, like, my parents worked very, very hard to give us things.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't take that from them, not one bit. But when I think of how much my parents struggled to everything we have now, that my younger me would be very proud of everything I've accomplished, what we have, who we are, like,
and
that kind of
staying
stuff.
humble about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot, if I had just one little pant set of Layla's, that would have, like, that money would have bought my school clothes for the whole year.
Yeah, Layla's jeans were
plus
like
kids.
all of my stuff.
And I didn't even have kids.
Yeah, I had hand-me-downs. My older sister, and there's a TikTok that came out, and I mean that I see about siblings, and then like talking about the oldest, the middle, and then the baby.
Yeah.
And then it says it on the middles, because I'm a middle child, one of the middle childs, there's 2 of us. It says we get all the hand-me-downs. And that's literally us.
Yeah.
I think it will be like new clothes for the oldest, and then our new clothes was what
Their
didn't fit
old
her.
clothes, yeah.
Kind of. And it's not because she was a favorite or anything like that. It was simply because that's what worked. Like, we got all her
And you know
clothes
what's
stuff.
crazy is we still do that now, and it has nothing to do with financial. It's just our kids are so close that you will be like, oh, Layla outgrew this. Y'all want it?
Yeah.
Like, because they like similar things. Like,
Yeah.
No, I literally
we still do that now.
I do that here in my house, and then if the youngest one, I mean, they're too far apart. The baby, the 4-year-old versus the 12-year-old. I'm all like somebody at church, somebody, a friend,
Yeah.
or somebody.
Yeah.
You want clothes?
Yeah.
You know, because they're
That's
still
just what's instilled in us, like to.
seriously, and
Yeah.
like, you know, I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it. I'm all like, yeah, we're so used to it, and that's part of our
Like,
childhood.
don't get
you
rid
know?
of it. Pass it
Yeah,
down to
pass it
somebody.
to somebody.
Yeah, you know, and
Don't
other
wear
people
it.
just go donate it to like Goodwill and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
all like, no, who could it help? What
I literally
family?
have like probably women watching this that I'm like, hey, I have a bag of clothes. You want it?
Yeah. Or who would like this?
Hey, you
Yeah.
guys, I always like when I clean up my closet, I'm all
Yeah.
like, hey, you guys, I got clothes and shoes. You
I don't know
wanna
how
look
many
at it?
shoes I have of hers.
Well, Abigail used to get a lot of hand-me-downs until she grew.
Yeah, she literally
Dang it, now you can't get
stretched.
Jennifer's, Lisette's, Layla's. Now, like, I'm looking at, like, who's bigger than you? Who's taller than you?
Yeah,
Because
She's
she's
like
so
stretched.
tall now. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing. So I'm always kind of like, you know, I mean, it's instilled in us, you know.
Yeah.
But I would say my younger self would definitely be proud of myself, who I am today, because I didn't let all that happened, that caused hurt in my life, affect me. I didn't bring it, you know, I've overcame it, or I've found ways to overcome it and not hold me down. Like, that is not who I am. Like, it didn't, it affected me, but I didn't stay there.
Right.
I
yeah.
chose to move on and heal, and just not let it affect me and overcome these situations, because again, we grew up in poverty, and not only that, but like my parents were immigrants, you know, like, so we had also a different like fear, you know, of
Yeah.
everything that was going on. My parents might be here today, but tomorrow my life can change, you know, like, and
Yeah.
it was because we might be getting, you know, it was always like a fear. I feel like it's always like that people pleasing came because of the fear.
Yeah.
You know, the
Don't make
fear.
anybody mad.
Don't make anybody mad, because you
Yeah.
never know. Like, you can't, don't call the cops. Like,
Yeah. You can't get in
Yeah.
trouble.
nothing.
Like,
So, and that, I think that's where the people pleasing came. Now that came up right now, I'm like, oh my God, that was people pleasing. That's where that came from.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, we're healing and working through our issues through this
Yeah. Still
podcast.
having revelations.
Yes, you know,
Absolutely.
sorry.
Yeah.
So, but I would say, like, I believe we do have these hardships, and we do go through these trauma or these unfortunate situations, but I do believe there's healing, and you can get out of it and be able to heal from all of it to become a better person. So did I do that? Yes. And would my child,
Yeah.
what was it?
The child in you.
Yeah, the child
younger
in me will be
version of you.
proud. Yes, it would, because I didn't let everything that was against me to keep me there.
Yeah.
You
One
know?
thing that I want to point out is that we're all saying, which I think is important to acknowledge, is healing, growing, not allowing it to stop you, because sometimes you can get real good at letting that be your crutch, or like, oh, because this, and this when I grew up, that's why I'm like
No,
It's your
this.
don't use
Yeah.
it as an excuse.
Yeah, it's not
like,
yes. And
some people might say, well, you don't know what I've been through.
yeah. And
We
I don't
actually
but-
do, even though we have not
We have-
specifically said things.
Yeah, we just
do.
might know what you've been through.
Yeah.
And it all comes with the choice of, I'm choosing to not let that define me. I'm choosing to heal. I'm
Yes.
choosing to move forward. It all comes down to you
Yeah.
and facing that and overcoming that. You deserve to overcome that situation. You deserve to overcome that circumstance.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about this topic and we're bringing all these things up, I just want to acknowledge that, because there are probably people out there that still have not.
Yeah.
And we're at the age we are, and you owe it to yourself to not allow that circumstance to still have that hold over you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the healing part is definitely like that's, you know, it's a must. Like, you can't continue to stay, however that may look like, however it's either therapy, journaling, prayer, spending, there's so much outlets to be able to heal that so you can become the best version of yourself. Because I do feel, we have a choice, and either you can sit and play this victim mentality. I don't know. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but we also have a choice.
Be the victim.
Yeah,
I think some people want to be the victim.
They're comfortable there.
It's safe for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have to figure out what is really causing this, and what is really, so right now that I said it out loud, I was just like, oh my God, that's where my people pleasing came, because I grew up coming from immigrant parents, like all of this, I literally, that was just like a light bulb that went off right now, and I was just like, that's where I got that from, but again, confidence and everything, like I did go to therapy, I found the Lord, my relationship with Christ, all of that was healing. My circle, like the people I choose to be around with, that won't take me back to that state.
But we also challenge each other to think about things, remember things, heal from things, because we ask each other questions like, well, why do you feel that way? Or
Especially
where does that come from?
Especially Vanjie.
She's
always
so good.
Like,
Miss Therapist is so good at that.
I'm just like, what? Why are we? How did we get here?
Vanjie, I just want to tell you that I'm mad. I don't want you to dissect it.
So this is where I pick and choose. I pick who I'm going to text. Because I know Vanjie's going to dissect me, and then I know my friend's going to give me like...
that's why
she's going to hear me and give me...
That's why I get so happy when she says Natalie does that to her.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that.
Yeah. Maybe Natalie could start calling her.
Like, yeah, you should. Natalie, you should call Vanjie. Like,
no, we're just going to talk about you.
But there are times where, like, if we're all in the group chat and I'm like, I'm not answering first because I already know I'm speaking out of flesh.
And I was very much like this as a child. Why? I always wanted to know why people did what they did as an early
It's just like, why did you feel like you had to react like that? So what made you feel that way? I don't know, Vanjie. I just feel this way, okay? I'm mad.
Where do you think that comes from? Did something happen in your childhood? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, let's think about it.
Let's backtrack. Let's talk about
I'm your friend, not your client, okay?
And when you tell me that, though, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
You're right.
I'm going to listen now. But I'm going to talk later.
Yeah, so I would say, like, in order to be able to heal that inner child or that trauma, like, you do need to do something about it, because that's where it comes, the healing part comes, because you don't want that to hinder you and be able, because now we're talking about like healing this inner child, but now you're raising your child, and you're going to keep on like repeating it if you don't take care of yourself. Generational trauma. Is that what we said earlier? Yeah. So like, it's important to heal. Like, it's not, I grew up sweeping everything in the carpet and moving on. Like, no, it's really not like that, because it will come back. Trust me. It came back on me. Like, we're a family that, I was raised into a family that was sweep everything. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to bring it back
Don't talk
up.
about
Let's
it in the
move
house
on.
or definitely not outside the house.
Yeah.
So, and it did affect me as an adult, and I did the same thing with my kids, and then Natalie will be like, why didn't you? And I think that's why Natalie chose the career path she chose, because she says, I feel like children have a voice, but they make us feel that we don't, as the adults make us feel that we don't. And I'm all like, did I cause that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Or you gave her that freedom to have it, so she wants to explore that out.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell my kids they do, just watch your mouth. Be respectful. But yeah, I think that's the difference between how we grew up and how we're raising the kids is go ahead and express your feelings, right? Like, because we weren't allowed to have feelings.
but tread lightly.
Yeah, just be respectful about it.
My 15-year-old definitely challenges me. She's just like, well, you make me feel X, Y, and Z. I'm like, I would never be able to say that to my mom, like, or to my parents, you know,
no.
like, and I'm all like, but she should, like, it's just, she challenges me with all these, like, questions and all of these, like, well, calls me out as a parent, you know, like, well, you're not letting me tell you the full story. You're just listening to the teacher. And I'm all like, okay, tell me your story. You know, like, tell me your side of it. And I've learned to just, okay, this is what I got. Where are you at in this,
side,
you know? So, but
allowing them to have feelings, opinions, emotions.
she's very outspoken.
Yeah.
Very outspoken, and she'll let me know. And she's very, I mean,
Yeah.
she challenges me definitely on the part of, like, the feelings and the talking and the communicating, you know, which is a good thing, but it's a new thing to me.
Because she's very opinionated
Yes.
too, so.
Very outspoken.
Yeah, very
I could say that I didn't even start healing until I started to see it affect my kids. When I started to see it in Brittany, I was like, God, I'm doing that to her.
Yeah.
So then I started to figure out I needed healing. It still took me a long time, but that's because I didn't know how to get help. And because nobody taught me how to get help. Like, who do I talk to? What is this going on in
What
my
am
heart?
I doing?
What is this coming out of my eyes? Feelings are coming out of my eyes. But yeah, I didn't start healing until I saw it in Brittany. Like, I'm really damaging this child.
Yeah.
And then she had just turned 8 when I seen that in her, and I was like, God, we don't really know how we impact them. And if you're not paying attention, you don't want to pay attention. Because I didn't want to pay attention before that. But it wasn't until after we found God, after we started having a relationship with God, that He opened my eyes to that.
Yeah.
Like, look what you're doing to her. What was done to you, you're doing to her. Maybe not in the same way, but it's affecting her the same way.
Today I read this, it wasn't even a quote, it was just something that I came across, because it was talking about, like, how you're raising your kids. And it said, are you raising them by having a reaction, or are you reflecting with them? Like, and when I think of having a reaction, it's the unhealed part of me. Like, you know, we're raising 2 girls that are almost out the house. Like, we have a 17 going on 18 and a 21. And when things come up that trigger parts of me that are not healed or that I haven't overcome yet, I had to realize I'm reacting to what's going on in her life. I'm automatically tying it to my trauma. And I have to be careful with that, like you said, because then I'm not teaching her anything. I'm reacting for her instead of reflecting on it and being like, okay, how can I guide her through this situation? Like, so I did read that today, and I was like, okay, don't react, just reflect. Like, that's very important to me right now in my life.
Yes, that is very important in raising kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put it on them, because their reaction might not be our reaction anyway.
Because they didn't go through what you went through, and
Yeah.
my trauma isn't going to be this, how I would have handled the situation isn't the same way that she needs to handle the situation.
I have also found that things that I went through as an early adult, not knowing that I needed healing, I reacted to it as an adult, and I didn't react to it when it happened to me. So if, in my 20s, if I heard something that happened to someone and I'm like, oh my God, you know, just my reaction that I wanted to have came out in that moment, because it never did come out when it actually happened to me.
Yeah, there's some stuff that the girls go through that I literally had to catch myself, because I was like, I'm allowing this to, like, hinder me, like, shut my mouth, put me in a hole, make me, like, burrow up. I don't know. But I was like, wait, no, this is not my situation. I just need to help her through this situation.
Right.
But it took me back to this victim, like, where I was asleep all day, didn't want to confront it, like, leaving it up to my husband. And I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I have to help.
Yeah.
But that's part of inner child, that not really child, just younger version of me.
Yeah.
And we also have to think about that healing takes time. It's not something that happens instantly. You know, work every day, even for my
Every
case, like
day.
every day I'm just like, okay, like something always happens, always happens, good, bad, like we're going through everything, like with
we a roller
kids, with
coaster.
kids, I feel like you're just like multiple kicks also. It's just one
Yeah.
day one's good, the other one's down, the other one,
Yes.
it's like I didn't ask to be on a roller coaster, but here I am.
It's all your emotions in your kids.
No, exactly.
Like I feel all of that in me.
And we were having this conversation with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she was just like talking about kids, like how we should be mature to actually be ready. She says, yes, I do desire kids, but not right now. I need to heal myself and then I'll be able to raise a kid, like
And they have so much growing to do.
Yeah,
Like,
Brittany says the same thing. She swears she's gonna be, healed and good by the time she's 30, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be old. Thinking about myself, sorry, girl. But yeah, she
she's
says
like, way
the
to make
same
it about
thing.
you, Mom.
I want to make sure I'm good before I
Yeah.
bring a kid into this
and
world.
I feel I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of them,
Yes.
like this generation thinking like that, because I mean, from a teen
Well,
mom,
it's actually that generation. I don't know if like the younger ones are we
Like
doing the
it's
same?
skipping.
Yeah. I need to make sure we do it all across the
I
board,
think,
right? Like
I think
Abby, catch
Natalie
on.
is Natalie's 19. How old is Britt? Like 20?
She's 26.
26. Okay, but Natalie grew.
I think like the first kids, maybe because we've learned and we've grown and we're helping them.
Well, they've
we
watched
have to make
y'all.
sure the younger ones catch on too and don't do something dumb.
Because they grew up in a whole different world than
Yeah.
first kids.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had
Yes.
to deal with trauma. Poor kids, man. Those the
First ones are
The
soldiers.
guinea pigs.
Sometimes I tell Abby and Nico, I'm like, y'all have no idea. I feel like y'all need to be traumatized. Wake up, guys.
That's what I do now that I'm with Adeline, and I'm just like, girl, you're too weak. We need to toughen you up. Like, what has your dad done to you?
Yeah, I keep telling Abigail, since she's homeschooled, like, I'm going to put you in a hood school, girl, because you need to toughen up.
No, don't do that to her.
I'm all like, that's where my trauma comes from, because I was in a hood school, and that's a whole different.
And my two younger ones did not grow up around my family. Like, I think the last time we hung out and they were with cousins and stuff, like Nicholas was 4 or 5, so they didn't even grow up around family like that.
Yeah.
Like, they actually have a lot of good people around them. And so they don't know that life.
Yeah, they're like, what do you mean?
Yeah, where Brittany was fending for herself in the same house when cousins were just over.
No, seriously, and how like our back then, well, my kids cooked. Natalie cooked she was like 7 or 8. She was on the stove making her,
Yep.
because I had to work. She had to they had to mature fast.
That's how I feel with Lisette. So Lisette, before we got married, Lisette was like the oldest sister helping dad. So she can cook. Like if I work late, if I'm at the gym or something, and I tell her like, hey, can you make something? Like she'll make something, because that's how she grew up.
Yeah.
She had to
Taking
be the
care of
one to
her.
take care of
Serving
them.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's her for me.
Yeah.
Layla, we're eating cereal.
Oh.
Lisette will make a whole meal. Layla, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Brittany, she swears she raised Benny.
Yeah.
She swears she raised him. And she'll tell me now, because they live together.
I was going to say, she's
raising
still
him.
raising him.
That's what she tells me. I'm like, oh my God, girl.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a question for y'all. It's a funny question. Well, not it's a fun. Like, okay, got
Lighten
through
the
all
mood.
that. It looks lighten the mood a little. What made you the happiest as a kid that you don't do anymore?
I know. You want me to go?
Go. Yeah.
I'm like, I know.
mean,
I
have
already,
very few
like
good
that
memories,
moment
girl.
flashed in my head.
Go.
Singing karaoke. I don't sing karaoke. I don't even really sing.
You do every Sunday. Well,
Not really. I'm like, last one. I want to be the last resort.
Oh,
But when
that's
we were
fun.
little, we would, my dad always had karaoke machines. He would record videos of us singing. I mean, we were always having karaoke at my
Yeah.
family's house. And he made all of us sing. Like,
Yeah.
I swear he was going to create the next Destiny's Child.
He's all, Selena.
Yeah, cousins coming. Like, we would be at my aunt's house, and she had like this bar of lights at the top for the TV.
So y'all really thought y'all were good, right?
We thought we were going to be the next Destiny's Child. I'm telling you, we had a lineup.
I could sing.
Yeah, we had a lineup, everything. Like, he would take us to San Antonio. Like, look, you see them singing up there? You see them doing that? And I'm like,
Girl, I thought you were going to say y'all used to perform.
no, we never did that. But he would show us, like, they were up there
This could
singing,
be
and they
you.
were kids. And I'm like, oh, I would never leave the living room.
I think we have to plan a karaoke night.
Yeah. That's one thing that made us so happy was just. And even now, like, when we're in the car and a song comes on, like, old school song, I'll sing it to John, and I'm like, my dad used to record me in the living room singing this song.
You're all like, turn on your camera.
Yeah. Record me for him. Send it to my dad.
Okay, what was it again? What was the
It says,
question?
what made you happiest as a kid that you don't do anymore? I will go so you can have time to think.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to think about that.
I think every Saturday it was like everybody knew barbecue family get together. You know, like at my parents' house. My parents' house was the place to be. We played so many street games, like all these little games in the neighborhood. We lived in apartments, so it's just a core memory that I wish we continued that tradition now with our kids. Because before it was all my cousins and stuff like that. But the barbecues kept continuing. Everybody knew every Saturday, just if you don't have anything to do, just show up at my parents' house.
Yeah.
You know, and it stopped. So I think that makes me very sad because our kids the cousins are not growing up. And, you know, all my sisters, we are kind of like, parted ways. I mean, we still talk or anything. We still do barbecues, but we have to plan it. It's not like every Saturday.
It's not a thing that y'all do anymore. Like, everybody knows to do it. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, like that's something that in my childhood that made me the happiest. Is just like we already knew Saturdays you get ready because family's coming over.
Yeah. Aww. Our house was the get together house too, because my mom's the oldest out of 11 kids, or the oldest girl out of 11 kids. So everyone would come over to our house. So those were fun. We always had parties every weekend, the barbecues. We went to the beach a lot because we lived in Corpus anyway. So I can say those are fun. They didn't end well. That's why it's hard for me to always think about good
every time we got
things.
together, somebody was fighting somebody.
So I have to remember focus on the good part of those memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were fun. I do wish we do the beach more. Like, my dad would make us all get in the car and we would just go somewhere, and they would like randomly, sporadically want to like drive somewhere. So that was always fun. But you know, I need to end it fun.
Yeah.
With me.
Well,
we can end it fun. Yeah, I'm going to change the ending.
When you talk about driving in cars, so growing up, my dad had 3 daughters. I was the youngest, but he had this Firebird Trans Am. If he's watching, he's going to be like, yes, Mija, tell it. He had this red, like fire truck red Trans Am. And he would load us. I don't care how far we had to go. If we needed to sleep, he would put all the seats down and lay us all, like the window would go down at an angle.
Yeah.
So I had the very end by the window. And we didn't worry about seatbelts. We didn't worry about rear ends. You just lay all the way by the end of the window and then the next one and the next one. So he would take us all over South Padre. Like, we just lay in the back. But yeah, you said driving in the car and taking trips, and I'm like, we took trips and we didn't even have room in that car.
I remember
trips for me was like, okay, we lived in Dove Spring, South Austin, and a trip for me was like going to Taylor. We would go to Corpus a lot when we lived in Austin, but in Corpus we'd always be at the beach. So yeah, but yeah, it was like Taylor, because back then it was very country.
Yeah.
And it felt like forever.
Yes.
The
I don't think we
drives.
ever took any kind of trips.
We didn't go anywhere like fun. We didn't do out of state places. We
Yeah.
just did Corpus.
So we didn't even do that.
And they have what they call tea heads because they're
Yeah.
the piers, and they would always have every Saturday music, and so we would just hang out there. Yeah, that was fun.
That's what my husband, when he tells me about Puerto Rico and the music and I'm like,
Yeah,
let's just go live there for a little while.
yeah, not too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But take
so
us
I
with
miss
you. I mean,
that.
I'll be going over there.
I miss that. I didn't even care that the water was dirty. Now everybody knows I don't get in the water, especially if I can't like see through it. I hate it. But that's because I lived in Corpus with the
Yeah.
dirty water and the jellyfishes, and you could not see them damn things come and sting you.
All right. So,
I like this episode.
one last question before we wrap up this episode. It's funny how I'm all like, oh, we're taking it a little light. Now we're going back into emotional.
You gave us a little break, and now you're like, eh.
I thought we were going to be more emotional, but I think it's because we haven't talked specifics.
Yeah, like actual,
Yeah, details.
the reason of needing inner healing. Or
Yeah.
We didn't get into those.
Yeah.
I guess we can leave that as another episode to get deeper into, because we kind of do mostly surface.
Say things broad.
We do very surface, yeah, until the subject is specific.
For that
Yeah.
one thing.
So that'd be good if somebody wants to hear something specific, childhood trauma.
Yeah, like
Then
put
we
in-
can have an episode on that.
Yeah.
Put in the comments like, hey, you touched on this. Can you elaborate? Or
Yeah.
whatever that you want us to elaborate for you.
Yeah. What do they want to talk about
Yeah.
when it comes to childhood?
Okay, so do you guys ever feel like your kids are teaching you how to love yourself again?
Oh my God, every day. Yeah. If it wasn't for my kids, I would not have had healing, growth, a life.
Yeah.
I'd probably be dead. Like, seriously.
I think the girls teach me how to love in general. Like, I mean, we've shared I didn't birth them. So learning to love a child in general. Like, I know how to love my husband. I know how to love my family. But they are teaching me how to love them as a child. Like when things are bad or hard, learning to hug them, learning to be there. Like, that's still new for me. Like, so yeah, I think they are teaching me how to love in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, I think my kids are definitely teaching me a lot of things. I think what they're teaching me a lot is enjoying the moment or the time that we have in the age that they're in. And loving them in every stage because it reminds me of myself, so I'm like, oh, I was your age, girl. I didn't,
Every stage, yeah. Like, there's nothing they can really do that
Yes.
would make us not love them because we've gone through so much.
Yes.
You're like, if you only knew.
If you only knew.
I can love you through this. I'm going to be mad.
And trying to explain that to them, like you said, like, I mean, I have conversations with the girls and I'm like, I'm not mad.
I think
I love you too much to be mad at you.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's making me reflect, like, on myself, like, even continuing to heal, like, just continuing, like, to heal that inner child of mine in that age, because, so I would say, yes, they're teaching me to love myself in every stage, because we know that I have 4 girls in every stage in life right now, and since from elementary to college. So I think every one of them is bringing me back to that, loving that part of me, that 12-year-old self, that 15-year-old self, that 19-year-old self,
The 5-year-old.
the 5-year-old self, like, so yes, and they don't even know that they're doing this to me, but yes, I can definitely say that I do feel like, and I feel like I've overcame this, but then, whenever healing, and it's never oh, it's going to happen in a year. It's going to happen
No,
in a month.
no.
You know, it's going to have, there's no
time limit.
There's
time
no
frame.
time, and don't put a time on yourself for healing. Oh, you should be over it already. No.
Right, right. And some people can even feel like they have healed from something, but there's still the residue that I talked about. There's still some things you got to work out and change. Maybe it's a pattern that came from whatever it is you needed healing from. Now you need to change behavior, you need to change your thoughts.
Because if you're not careful and you don't take care of that residue, it'll callus over.
Yeah. Yeah, have you ever seen the sticky part? It just gets dark and ugly, and then it starts.
The Goo
little
Gone.
things
You have
start
to
to
use a
stick.
Goo Gone.
Yeah, things start to stick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we are. If we don't get rid of it completely, things will stick to the what's
Residue,
left.
yeah.
I think if it wasn't for my kids, I think it was their love for me that made me love myself. Because kids are very forgiving when they shouldn't be. When I stop and think about it, I'm like, man, I didn't forgive my mom until I was in my 40s, late 30s. Sorry, Mom. And I'm thinking, yeah, my kids, they're quick to forgive. Even for me, it seems long.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're still mad.
They're like, it was yesterday.
Let's talk about it. Yeah. But they actually are very forgiving, and they don't stop loving their parents.
Yeah.
Even though, no matter what I've done to my kids, it has not changed their love for me, and that's what's helped me change and love myself. Like, dang, you should not love me like that.
Yeah.
You should have already disowned me. Because I was you at once, and worse things, even the little things that happen, I'm like, I disown people quick. And they don't do that. They're very forgiving.
Very forgiving.
Yeah.
You know, I want to add, because as you were talking, it made me think of, because we were saying your kids help you learn to love yourself. Before I had kids, I was single, didn't have children. My sisters did a very good job of allowing me to have close relationships with my nephews and my niece. And like every day I was with them. I was in the booster club for them. I was a part of their world and the love that they had for me. So if you're out there and you don't have children and that you always have that, but how would I know what that feels like? How do I know what that is? Like, I don't have kids to love me, to give me the love to love myself. You have children around you and you can allow them to love you. Like my nephews, even to this day, like you cannot say anything bad about Aunt Casey. You can't, nothing, because they love me. Like they gave me a love that I didn't know if I was going to get married again. I didn't know if I was going to have kids, all these things. So I allowed myself to receive that love from them. Like they really gave me that healing part. Like, so I just want to share that because sometimes it's not about you having kids, but allowing the kids that are around you to love you like the mother that you are in their life.
Yeah.
Because I may have been their aunt, but I stepped into roles into their life where I did things like their mom because my sisters allowed me to.
Yeah.
Like, and that's important. I wanted to say that, like, if you don't have kids, you can still receive, you are capable of receiving that love.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I lost 2 nephews, and when I was 14, my sisters, they had the kids and they were younger, so I grew up raising my nieces and nephews. So you're right, like enjoy your nieces and nephews when you can, because now they're older, and I have nieces and nephews I don't even know because my family's so estranged. But the older ones that I helped raise, and we had such a good relationship, it didn't last when they became adults, but even when they were teenagers, like they cut for me, like I'm like, get them. Yeah.
When I was going through my divorce, my youngest nephew, he would come and lay with me and sleep with me, and just the love that he gave me, I just needed at that time in my life.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
So on the, you know, and like Casey was talking about, like when you don't have kids, or you know, like or if you don't have kids yet, you know, like I
Maybe
think
it's a friend's kid too.
Yeah.
You
know, but also we can take this time that you're not in this time to that you don't have kids to heal, you know, that inner child within yourself. to be able, to receive that love, or we're able to give that love, because sometimes we're just like, I don't know, some trauma or something, but look back at your inner child and see
And
reflect to see what is missing, what you need to heal. Like my daughter says, she's all like, there's still stuff I have to work on to be able to get there.
Yeah.
So healing, work on yourself, healing, like it doesn't happen overnight. If there's something that it was deep in you, like how I mentioned, like, oh, we didn't travel anywhere. Now I love to travel. And I'm like, that's every time I travel, I'm like, it's like healing me because I know that when we were young, I mean, it was everybody went everywhere, but not us, so it's just, healing. And I think you heal yourself or that inner child in you every day, you go through something, or maybe not every day, every month, but as you get older, you tend to...
You reflect more when you get older.
Yeah.
Yes, and
So
it's
you got to be
healing.
intentional with it.
Yeah, and it's continue to grow and continue to heal. It's not really... it says healing isn't about fixing who you were. It's about loving who you are now. So that is very rich. Like it's not about fixing your past. That's already that's already done and gone, and like, why even focus on that? It's about loving where you're at now, who you are now, because
I love myself enough to heal. Like,
so I hope this episode helped you guys to just reflect on your inner child. I know it did for us, because we literally came in here we didn't even read
Nothing.
and we were just like, all right, we're going to talk about inner healing. I mean, what was it?
healing our inner child.
Yeah,
We're
healing
like,
our inner child. But honestly, I didn't get to read. It was a busy day. I'm telling you, today was the last day volleyball game for my daughter, and then we were like, it's a Monday when we recorded this, so it was Monday, okay? So it goes back to like not focusing on... I lost my train of thought.
Don't get stuck in your childhood, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, like I hope this episode helped you guys to just kind of like reflect on where you guys were and ask yourself these questions. Like, would your child, would your inner child, or you as a child, what was the questions? You as a child be proud of who you are now.
Yeah.
And then do you feel like your kids are teaching you how to love, if you have kids, teaching you how to love yourself again? What made you the happiest?
Yeah. That was one, right? Is it affecting your parenting?
Yeah. So chime in, answer these questions with us. We talked about it. We kind of, in different stages, we live different lives, obviously, but chime in. We like to hear, we love to hear from you guys, honestly. And I hope this episode helped you guys, spoke to you guys, I don't know, like helped you, heal.
Or start reflecting, start thinking about
or looking
things
for
yourself,
sources to heal, to find that healing.
Yeah. Maybe something's going on with you that you can't figure out. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep feeling this way? Why can't I move on? Why do I always feel stuck? And it might have something to do with your childhood.
Maybe you're butting heads with your children and you don't know why you can't get over it or can't move forward from it, and it has something to do with what you've been through. Like,
Yeah.
So I know this episode was a little heavy and a little bring us back.
Emotional. It was emotional for me.
No, I mean, definitely for me, because it was a reflection. I'm all like, no wonder I'm a people pleaser, until I was able to talk it out loud, talking, having your circle, talking, and be able to talk out loud can heal you as well, so don't isolate yourself either. Find somebody you can talk to, a group of friends, your
journal, do whatever.
Journaling, therapists, life coaches, anybody, like, just find your place where you can start your healing process, and if you are going through this healing process, keep going. Trust me, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't
sell yourself short.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to say before we close out this episode?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
We hope you share it with somebody, share it with anybody, because you don't know who it's going to influence. So
Yeah.
Yes.
just hit that share button.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching and sitting with us and having this conversation, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. If you don't follow us on our social media platforms, you can find us. We'll leave the links in the description. And just remember that you're not alone.
You're not consumed.
Another is in the fire.
Bye, guys.
Bye.